Having been a writer and storyboard artist for Filmation Studios in the 1980s, I get invited to a lot of comic conventions. And at these conventions, I sure enjoy meeting all the fans that were kids in the 80s that grew up with He-Man and She-Ra and Brave Star and all the shows that I worked on. I often get, as you would imagine, I get questions. The thing is, I get the same questions from many fans. So in this video, I want to talk about common convention questions. I get this question quite often. Did I create He-Man? I certainly worked on the show, but I did not create He-Man. He-Man was created by Mattel Toys before Filmation worked on the He-Man TV show. Mattel designers, specifically Mark Taylor, was responsible for the origin or the creation of He-Man as a character. We simply took the characters and made a TV show out of them. Mattel had this toy line of action characters, and they knew they needed to have some way of getting the characters in front of the American public. And so they were looking for a cartoon studio to do a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe TV series. Back in 1981, Filmation produced a sword and sorcery show called Black Star, and Ruby Spears had one called Thundar the Barbarian. Mattel looked at the two series and happily preferred Filmation's Black Star series over Ruby Spears' Thundar the Barbarian. So it was because of Black Star that we got to do He-Man. That's a difficult question. It's like asking who's your favorite child to a parent. Well, in my case, I was rather fond of Ram-Man. And the reason for this was in one of the shows that I storyboarded, House of Shakoti Part 2. The writer, Larry DiTillio, wrote some very funny lines for Ram-Man. He kept mispronouncing the villain's name. The villain was Shakoti, and he would call her Shabuti, Shapoopy, all kinds of things. And it made me laugh. I thought it was hilarious. So when I became a writer and wrote my second script, Not So Blind, I put Ram-Man in there and gave him a little character development and had some fun with him in that show. So though I like many of the characters, I'd have to say Ram-Man was my favorite. We were very fortunate that we got to do 2 complete seasons of He-Man, of 65 episodes each. That made for 130 episodes. We really wanted to do more, but by the time we finished the second season of He-Man, other studios were flooding the market with their shows, and the TV stations were being inundated with too much product. And they reasoned, well, we've got plenty of He-Man shows, we can always rerun them. And that was the thinking at that time. They wanted something new and different. Most of the other series that were produced by other studios only got to do 1 season. So we were very fortunate to be able to do 2 He-Man seasons.